Sir, could you take your hand off your weapon, please?
I really do.
It's threatening to me. What am I being detained for?
Because you're walking around our sheriff's department with a video camera.
Is that illegal, sir?
This is to investigate suspicious persons. Actually, it's not an actual offense. It's a complaint and it's an investigation. That's why we say we investigation and ask you at this time and point who you are, because, like I said, each of our lives have been threatened. I mean, are you a serial killer? Are you a rapist? Or are you a convicted person?
How do I know your history?
Are you a...
How do I know his history?
But now, we'll tell you this. For our safety and your safety, I'm going to remove your weapon from you.
There's absolutely no reason for you to remove my weapon.
What's going on, guys? It's Disorderly Product News. This video comes to us from Brent McCain. If that name sounds familiar, I uploaded one of his videos a couple months ago. Watch.
Where's your mask at?
What mask?
The mask that you're required to wear by city ordinance.
Oh, I don't have one.
You need to step outside until you can get one.
Like your mask is really working.
It's still a city.
Mr. McCain had the misfortune of walking into a gas station right before an officer did. And when the officer found out he didn't have a mask, he ordered him out the store. There was a little interchange of words, and lo and behold, Brent McCain got the old pepperball gun to the eyes. There's a couple of things that can make a great video, and one of them is the officer in charge might not be playing with a full deck. Forget about knowing the law. He's actually a walking lawsuit. Anyways, subscribe to Brent McCain and tell him Disorderly Product News sent you. Now, let's enjoy the video.
Am I being detained? I'm sorry?
Not now you are. What are you doing?
What am I being detained for?
Because you're walking around our sheriff's department with a video camera.
Is that illegal?
Well, no, but we're trying to figure out what you're doing. It's suspicious.
Is suspicious a misdemeanor or a felony?
No.
All right then.
But that's the reason we're just trying to...
What Mr. McCain is doing is legal. The officer just said as much. Professor from St. Mary's University, Gary Remy, says you are under no obligation to identify yourself to officers unless you are A, in a vehicle, been pulled over, or are under arrest. Texas is not a stop and ID state. That means the legal threshold for them to get your ID outside of a traffic stop is having probable cause. Probable cause is the same threshold they need to arrest you, so you're going to jail anyways. These officers have absolutely no right to detain this man under Texas law.
Figure out what you're doing. I mean...
Well, what does it look like I'm doing?
I mean, you're videoing something. I mean, can we help you with anything?
No, sir.
Okay.
However, if you have a license to carry, that's fine. But also, when you're on our property,
It's public property.
Have a legitimate complaint, then that kind of puts it suspicious.
May I ask you this? Am I doing anything illegal?
Activity.
Is suspicious activity,
Investigate suspicious
is that a felony or a misdemeanor, sir?
To investigate suspicious persons. Actually, it's not an actual offense. It's a complaint and it's a investigation. That's why we say we investigate. And so that's why we ask you for what your name is. And we're not.
Suspicious activity can never be the reason for a detainment. It has to be coupled with a crime. Suspicion of breaking and entering. Suspicion of lewd behavior. Suspicion, a subjective act, can never be the reasoning for detainment.
We're not telling you that you can't film. You're right. You got every right in the world to go out and film whatever, as long as you're not violating nobody's rights, you're not creating a disturbance, causing problems and stuff. Hey, that's one thing. But where our issue and our concern and our safety coming in at is because, like I just explained to you, we've had so many complaints and we've had so many threats on our lives. And just like I said, just today, this morning, we've had all those threats, and then all of a sudden we get someone here on the property with a firearm. We don't know, and we come out and we come to talk to you respectfully and ask you who you are. Why are you walking around the property with a firearm? Because honestly, Most people that do that, they're either police or they're special investigators, or they actually have a license to carry. Now,
remember what he just said. I'm going to play it back, but remember what he just said because it's going to come up very, 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 very important in the future. And as you'll notice, criminal wasn't one of the people he said.
Most people that do that, they're either police or they're special investigators, or they actually have a license to carry. Now, if you'll notice, those guards over there, it's illegal to carry a firearm on this property, license or not.
On the property?
Yes, sir. Unless you actually are a peace officer.
Yeah, in the parking lot, it's illegal.
It is illegal.
I don't think so.
Well, you don't have to think so. I'm telling you so.
How about we forget all the opinions and go straight to the Texas Penal Code 46.035, Section 46.035, unlawful carrying of a handgun by a license holder. Text of subsection effective until January 1st, 2016. A license holder commits an offense if the license holder carries a handgun on or about the license holder's persons under the authority of Subchapter H, Chapter 411, Government Code, and intentionally displays the handgun in plain view of another person in public. Now, when you read penal code, when you read Illinois compiled statutes, or however your state writes legislation, they will always define what the words mean in the beginning. Now, let's go down some. In this part of the Texas Penal Code, it defines premises. Premises means a building or a portion of a building. The term does not include any public or private driveway, street, sidewalk, or walkway, parking lot, parking garage, or other parking area. He's 100% wrong. Why? Because if you have your handgun in your car and you need to go to the police station real quick, what are you supposed to do? Hide it in the bushes? Go all the way back home? It doesn't make sense. Law is logical. It always follows logical steps. There you go. That's the law. That's not an opinion.
It's posted.
It's posted on the building. It's inside the building.
Well, either way,
It's not on the parking lot.
As I explained to you, it's suspicious activity and we have a right to conduct an investigation and ask you at this time and point who you are, because, like I said, each of our lives have been threatened.
Did I threaten your life?
We didn't say you threatened our life.
All right.
Everybody that called us, you think they told us who they are? We don't know who they are, so we don't know if it was you. We don't know if it was somebody else. We have no idea, so that's why at this point we have a right to investigate and find out who you are. So, and failure to failure to cooperate with us.
That's not illegal either, is it?
It creates a bigger problem than we have to have. That makes sense? I mean, like I said, we come to you respectfully, and we come out here raising a cane at you.
I understand that.
We come out here pointing firearms at you.
I understand that.
We come out here threatening you. We come out here to find out what's going on with you, who you are, why are you actually walking around the property with a firearm? Because, like I said, we done had hundreds of calls threatening our lives. We don't know Adam from Eve who's calling, and like I said, we don't know if it's you or not. And so that's why we want to find out who you are, make sure that you have an actual right to carry your firearm and do all that. So you don't have a criminal background, nothing like that. Hey, it's fine. We'll be out of here. So that's
where's your sheriff?
My sheriff he's in a meeting. He's tied up in a meeting.
Well, if this is raised enough of your concern to detain me, wouldn't you think that I'd like to speak with the sheriff, please, sir?
Well, I'm a shift supervisor.
But you're not the sheriff.
So, no, I'm not the sheriff, but
right.
Through his authority, I have the same power. In his powers, I have the authority, and to come out here and talk to you just as they do. And I know you see TV. People do this stuff all the time for YouTube purposes. People do it for their own benefit. Or
Got you. Got you. All you got to do is let them keep on talking. What happened to all the phone calls? And my life's in danger. And oh my God. And the only people that walk around this premises are people with badges and guns. People do this for you. Oh, you knew what time it was already. Stop it. Stop playing games. You knew he had every single right to do. All that you being terrified for your life was BS. Sergeant, you just been sentenced to a lifetime on YouTube by a 2-judge panel. Brett McCain and Disorderly Product News.
And I know you see TV. People do this stuff all the time for YouTube purposes. People do it for their own benefit or their own whatever issues or whatever they do for. They do it. Really and truly.
I'll give you a hint. It's to show how people with high positions within law enforcement are so inadequate in actually knowing the law. That's why they do it. Welcome to YouTube, Sergeant. You're a star.
I don't understand why. Because it has been my honest opinion. Why create a problem when there isn't a problem?
Well, how did I create a problem? I walked through here. I was about to walk out the other way when these gentlemen approached me.
We don't know if you are you a serial killer? Are you a rapist? Or are you a convicted felon?
How do I know your history?
Are you a...
How do I know his history?
Have you been incarcerated before any of that? You don't.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me see your ID and I'll show you my ID.
I don't have a problem showing you my ID. You see my ID?
Okay.
And now,
How about your driver's license?
I showed you my ID.
Okay.
And so,
All right.
now
So
it's your turn.
okay. All right. So
Hey, it's your turn.
the last letter of my first name is T.
Like I just showed you mine. You asked? I
asked for your driver's license.
I comply with your request.
I did say and then I said,
So
and then I
showed his
I
yours,
showed you my
and
ID,
you agreed.
and you agreed to that. So that tells me that if you're not going to be a man of your word, then we probably don't need to continue to talk. You know who I am.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna put this down here,
I
okay?
don't know who you are, Adam, for me.
All right. So are you paranoid?
Are you paranoid?
I asked you a
paranoid
question.
at all.
You're not paranoid. So you need mental help.
I sure don't.
Okay. So I'll get my ID out.
Yeah, you.
No contact, Joaquin Valley.
Certainly looks like you. Mr. McCain, right? Where you from, Mr. McCain?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No, sir.
So why do you ask questions?
Because you're a public
Does that
servant.
go both ways?
Because you're a public servant.
A public servant that's complying with talking to you civilly.
But I didn't ask
Just
to be spoken
just like
to.
you asked, well, when you walk on this property, you really do. You ask to be spoken to.
Sir, could you take your hand off your weapon,
You
please?
really do.
It's threatening to me.
I think that's just your hallucination or your opinion. So
So you got my name. He's running my information.
So you hang tight just a minute, Mr. McCain, okay? But now I will tell you this. for our safety and your safety, I'm gonna remove your weapon from
No,
you.
there's absolutely no reason for you to
Well,
remove
yes,
my
it
weapon.
is. Now, like I just told you, for my safety and your safety, I am going to remove your weapon from you.
Oh, we've been
Until
talking. We've been
we
speaking.
have, and I'm just telling you right now. So I'm gonna ask you to hold your hand up, okay? To avoid any type of confrontation or conflict. I'm gonna remove your weapon safely, and I'm gonna actually place it over here until we find out anything different, okay?
I really don't give you permission to remove my weapon.
Our safety and your safety is the best.
Sir, really, it's making me nervous. Can you move your hand from your gun, please? Thank you.
So why don't you answer our questions then?
Because
I feel safe, not safe if you're not answering that question.
because I've done nothing wrong.
Yes, you
I'm sorry? What was that?
I don't have to answer your questions.
No, you don't.
That's what you're saying.
But you're a public servant.
Yes, sir, and we're detaining you. So yes, sir.
Private citizen, public official. Private, public. Look them up.
Everything came back clear. You got a license to carry, so we're good with everything. Okay. We apologize for any inconvenience, but we had to check it out, man. I mean, we're kind of paid to investigate abnormal, suspicious behavior. So.
All right, so if I'm clear, why is he still holding on to my weapon there?
He's actually talking to the sheriff, and the sheriff told us to give him the gun, and everything came back clear. So.
Mr. King,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to place your weapon back in your holster. Thank you for your cooperation, sir. You have a good day.
Well, you have a good one too.
Thank you, sir.
That's okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Sir?
May I have your name and badge number, please?
Sergeant Simpson. Badge number 5125.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You.
My name's Deputy English, badge number 5136.
And you, sir.
Deputy Rocky Ho, 5145.
Thank you.
That's what you call a triple walk of shame. Brett and McCain sent them on their way. Write in the comment section what you think. The number to this station is in the beginning of the video. You can see it as Brett posts it. My name's Disorderly Product News, wishing you and yours a very happy holiday season.